Lou Bloom is caught stealing metal from a construction site in Los Angeles late at night. A security guard confronts him, and Lou attacks the guard, steals his watch, and leaves. The next day, Lou tries to sell the stolen metal at a scrapyard. The foreman buys it but refuses to give Lou a job, telling him he won't hire a thief. Lou drives away with nothing. That same night, Lou spots flashing lights on the highway and pulls over. A car has crashed and caught fire, and a freelance camera crew is already on the scene, filming the victims being pulled out. Lou watches the crew work and asks one of them what they do. The cameraman, Joe Loader, explains that he films accidents and crime scenes and sells the footage to local news stations. Lou watches until the crew leaves and then drives home. The next day, Lou steals a racing bicycle and trades it at a pawn shop for a cheap camcorder and a police scanner. That night, he drives around Los Angeles listening to the scanner and follows a call to the scene of a carjacking. He gets out and begins filming the victim up close, pushing past police tape and moving right in on the injured person on the ground. Lou sells the footage to a local news station, KWLA, and meets the morning news director, Nina Romina, who watches the tape. Nina tells Lou the footage is too shaky and the quality is too low, but she buys it anyway and tells him to bring her more. She explains exactly what the station is looking for. Graphic crime in wealthy neighborhoods with white victims. Lou finds a homeless man named Rick sitting outside a fast food restaurant and offers him a job as a navigator. Rick will ride with Lou at night, direct him to scanner calls, and help him move faster. Lou pays him $30 a night to start. Rick accepts. Together, they begin reaching scenes earlier, and Lou's footage improves. However, Lou also begins moving things at crime scenes to get better shots. He repositions a body to get a cleaner angle. He moves a car crash victim before the paramedics arrive, so the shot tells a better story. Nina notices the quality of the footage improving and begins buying from Lou regularly. Lou buys a better camera and a faster car with the money. He goes out every night, listening to the scanner, and begins arriving at scenes faster. However, he keeps running into Joe Loader, who has better equipment, a larger crew, and long-standing relationships with the stations. Loader beats Lou to scenes repeatedly, and Lou is left with leftover footage that Nina has less interest in. Lou asks Nina to dinner. At the restaurant, he tells her directly that he wants a sexual relationship with her and that the continued supply of his footage depends on her cooperation. Nina is visibly uncomfortable but does not refuse. Lou continues supplying the station, and the arrangement continues. Meanwhile, Lou decides to remove Joe Loader from the competition entirely. He secretly tampers with Loader's van. Later that night, Loader loses control of the vehicle, crashes into a pole, and breaks his spine. Lou arrives at the crash scene and films it. Loader survives, but is out of the business. Shortly after, Lou and Rick respond to a scanner call about a home invasion in a wealthy gated neighborhood in Granada Hills. They arrive before the police. Lou enters the house and films 3 bodies inside, a man and a woman shot dead, and a third victim. He also manages to film 2 men leaving the property in a car before the police arrive. He captures the car's make, color, and partial plate on camera. Lou sells this footage to Nina for $15,000. Nina airs it immediately, and it becomes the biggest story the station has run in years. However, Detective Frontieri contacts Lou shortly after and asks to see the full footage from that night. Lou shows the detective a version of the tape that has been edited. The detective is suspicious and tells Lou that the 2 men who left the house are still at large and that withholding information from a homicide investigation is a serious crime. Lou tells the detective he has shown him everything he has. Lou also demands new terms from Nina. He now wants a percentage of the advertising revenue his footage generates for the station, full creative control over how his material is used, and assurance that he is her exclusive supplier. Nina has no leverage left and agrees to all of it. Lou identifies the car he filmed leaving the crime scene and tracks it to a diner in Reseda. He tells Rick they are going to follow the suspects and wait for them to commit another crime so he can film it. Rick realizes that Lou already knows who these men are and deliberately withheld that from the police. Rick tells Lou he wants more money. Lou agrees to renegotiate and tells Rick they will settle it after the job is done. That night, Lou follows the 2 men from the diner. The men enter a motel. Lou calls the police with the location and then positions himself and Rick to film the police response. The police arrive at the restaurant. A shootout breaks out inside. One of the suspects is killed. The second suspect makes it to the car and drives away. Lou follows in his own car and films the chase while Rick navigates. The fleeing suspect eventually crashes his car trying to ram a police vehicle off the road. Lou stops and sends Rick out of the car to film the crashed suspect up close. However, the suspect is not dead. He shoots Rick from inside the car. The police then move in and kill the suspect. Lou walks over to Rick, who is badly wounded on the ground. Instead of calling for help immediately, Lou leans down and tells Rick quietly that he deliberately set the situation up to get rid of him, having decided Rick had become an unreliable and expensive employee. Rick dies. Lou then calls it in. Lou delivers the footage to Nina, and it runs as a massive story. However, Detective Frontieri brings Lou in for questioning and tells him directly that she believes he withheld the suspect's location to manufacture a shootout and that people died as a result. Lou denies everything. The detective tells him she will be watching him. Without enough evidence to charge him, the police let him go. In the final scene, Lou is in his office, giving a motivational speech to a group of new young interns. He now runs his own company, Video News, and operates 2 vans. He tells the interns he has high standards and expects full commitment. The interns nod and listen. Lou's company continues to grow.